Hello everyone. So Cricket Australia has now today announced their squads to go to India, and there's an 18-man squad. So I'm going to first name them and then give my thoughts about them. So 11 of those are pretty obvious. We know who our best 11 are. That's David Warner, Usman Khawaja, Marnus Labuschagne, Steve Smith, Travis Head, Cameron Green, who's currently injured, Alex Carey, Pat Cummins, Mitchell Starc, Josh Hazlewood and Nathan Lyon. So they're our first 11. Of course, right now we do have the Scott Boland issue. Scott Boland is potentially ahead of Mitchell Starc in the pecking order. However, Mitchell Starc is a left armour. Nobody else is a left armour, and he's pace bowler. But Mitchell Starc in India, he might get some footmarks in there that the Indian spinners can bowl into, so he could be quite problematic playing him. If it's a 50-50 contest, we may decide Boland's better. Also, Boland's going to be able to bowl longer periods. It's more of a swing bowler. Swing bowlers tend to do better in India. Pace bowlers can do well, but they tend to tire very quickly. So if you are playing a pace bowler, you want to have a lot of bowlers to support them. And without Cameron Green playing, I can't see any way that we can risk playing a pace bowler. Now, our backup besides Scott Boland is Lance Morris, who's another proper pace bowler. Now, he's going to be a like-for-like replacement for Mitchell Starc, which means that he can't play while Cameron Green isn't in the side. So, Lance Morris is too risky to play. He's never played before. It might work, but it's more likely he'll get tired and the other bowlers will suffer from having to cover for him. And that can work when you have a plan based around that. But as a new bowler, India's the wrong place to be playing a new pace bowler. So I can't see Lance Morris playing a test. I think Scott Boland will be in the first match, hopefully. I'm hoping that he will be. Mitchell Starc might come in. So Lance Morris is just there to make up the numbers. Unlikely to play, but you never know. Stranger things have happened. Then we look at the batsmen. So we have, strangely, two different batsmen backing us up. Now, we have a very solid top five. We don't need any replacements at all, unless someone falls injured. Matthew Renshaw, normally an opening batsman, in recent years has started to bat down the middle order. Surely that's enough. We also have Peter Handscomb, who bats in the middle order and can keep wickets. So I wonder if Peter Handscomb's there to sort of be the backup wicket keeper. Both of them are probably going to play in a number of tour matches. I don't think either of them should be in any 11s unless someone gets injured. Now, and I know we had Renshaw in Sydney when Cameron Green was injured. I don't think he should be playing to replace Cameron Green because he can't bowl, and we're going to need those extra bowlers in India. So that's a bit of an issue. I don't mind him being in the squad. Feel for Marcus Harris has been left out, having been in the squad for the whole 6 test series in Australia. So in saying that, Marcus Harris does have a terrible test record. It does feel a bit unfair in some ways that he was essentially replaced by Matthew Renshaw and then Peter Handscomb as well. I can't see how Peter Handscomb is justified in the squad, but so what? Yeah, I think Handscomb being in the squad sort of, it's a kick in the face to Marcus Harris, but I also can see the flexibility. Harris only opens the batting. I don't think Warner or Khawaja look likely to be left out, and if they are, Renshaw can cover them. So, you know, in a lot of ways they're in case someone gets sick, whatever. So, then we look at the spin bowlers. So we have 3 spin bowlers covering Nathan Lyon. Seems to be at least 2 too many. I don't mind there being 1, and if it was going to be 1, you would think either Todd Murphy or Michael Kuhnemann, I believe that's how you say his name. They're 2 that have decent first class record, no real international experience, and we don't know what they could do. They might be great, they might be terrible, we don't know. I mean, John Holland was one option, but I think he's fallen out of favour a bit. I don't mind Mitchell Swepson. I wouldn't have minded Adam Zampa because they have that international success, albeit at ODI and T20 level. But you can often translate that as a bowler. You can change formats. It's easier to translate from ODIs to Test than it is from first class to Test. So, because you're at least playing against the same players, you can just adapt a little bit. And I think he has a chance of that working. I don't think it's very likely, but it's a chance. Ashton Agar just is a ridiculous choice. And I'm trying to think why you would pick him. And I think there's two reasons. One is that he's left arm, and we don't have any other left arm spinners. And the other is that he bats a bit. So he's in some ways covering for Cameron Green. It seems silly. Cameron Green is a much better batsman, much better bowler. Cameron Green bowls pace, while Ashton Agar bowls spin. Just seems silly. You'd think if you had a like for like, the player in first class cricket who has the best like for like comparison is Aaron Hardy. And we don't know how well Hardy would do in internationals. He hasn't been tested at that level. He might fail. But, you know, we're probably going to lose all our matches anyway, so it's the time to try him out. Perfect time to try him out, see how he goes. The other one that we probably should have put in the squad is Michael Neser. So Hardy and Neser I think would have been better off being in the squad, probably in place of Ashton Agar and Mike Mitchell-Swepson. I can see the merit in having Todd Murphy there. I can't see the merit in having two other spinners. If you're going to have one other, you might have had Michael Kuhnemann, as I said. I also think that Lance Morris being in the squad is probably very risky. So I would have cut it down to 17 and got rid of those three, and maybe put in Michael Kuhnemann as well. I just think that we've got a bad balance for that squad. We're not covering for Cameron Green. Cameron Green, it's not just a risk of not playing, he's not playing. We know he's not playing in the first test. So that first test, we're going to go with a worse side than we could have, because we have chosen not to cover him in the squad. And that just seems silly to me. So, one thing if we wanted to change our lineup, change the way we're playing, but we're not even giving ourselves a chance. So there'll be a lot of pressure on Cameron Green to get better and to be fit and ready to go by the second test. He might not be better by the second. And if he's not, well, tough luck. There is nobody else in the squad. We can't go extra bowler heavy, play Michael Neser, he's not there. We can't go like for like with Darren Hardy because he's not there. We can't even go with a like for like but they spin in Chris Green, different player to Cameron Green, because Chris Green isn't in the squad. Now I wouldn't advocate for Chris Green to be in the squad, but he's better than Ashton Agar. Ashton Agar just doesn't make any sense except for that he's left arm. And is that helpful? Well, it's only helpful if India going with a bunch of right arm pace bowlers, and then you need a left arm to take advantage of the footmarks. But even then, Ashton Agar's probably not a good enough bowler to do that. And I don't think India's going to do that either. So, yeah, Ashton Agar is the big problem with that squad. But there's a few other little problems as well. That's it from me. Bye bye now.